Echo here, and we are here with part 9 of What If Deku Was the God of Time. So, where we left off, Shigaraki and Izuku, they had their little talk, and, well, it kind of just goes the same, basically. Except Izuku's more calm, knowing that he could get out of the situation any second. And when Shigaraki's about to, choke Deku, starts choking him a bit, Izuku, he actually just freezes time. He's just like, I'm just going to move his hand and just walk out of this tiny bit, I guess. And he kind of just made it so his hand was less tight, and then just sat there like, okay, continuing with life now. And, yeah. So Shigaraki didn't really choke him as much this time. So yeah. So continuing forward to the training camp, Izuku, he was the first to get there and kind of just makes food for everybody. Gets Aizawa coffee, makes that food that they were going to make all as a group. First one there, woohoo. And then after that, of course Izuku had to do his training, but he just does military exercises at this point. Then after that, Izuku, the entire league attacks. Izuku, he goes ahead, saves Kota, and actually avoids the fight with Muscular. And, goes back to wherever he came from. And leaves Kota with Vlad King. And he then proceeds to save some of his classmates without gaining contact with any of the villains. And you know that weird cat girl people? Yeah, Izuku, he saves the weird cat girl from, getting hit in the head. But nobody knows it was him, since he kind of just did things with frozen time, then went back to where he was before. And then what happened was, Izuku, we knew that Bakugo was going to get captured. And him over here, he's just like, I can either A, let this happen, or B, not let this happen. And Izuku, he knew that he probably shouldn't let this happen. So when Bakugo, they show his face, getting absorbed by the weird portal thing. Thing is, Izuku could still go through Kogiri's portals when, time is frozen, since it's just a portal. It's not like it matters. So Izuku, he kind of just walks through, gets Bakugo out, and brings Bakugo all the way over to Vlad. Where Vlad is. And then he just leaves it. He leaves it there. And he kind of just lets the rest go through. Shigaraki was kind of mad that, what's his name was kind of going to be taken. They still implant dorms and things. And then Izuku had to work on a special move. Woohoo! We're going to have to show off Izuku's full ability. Wow, here we go. So, here's what Izuku did for his special move. Well, he knew that he needed a special move. So, this is what he does for it. He goes into literal God mode. And here's what happens. His eyes, they turn white. Little clock handles appear in them. Basically his pupils are clocks. Basically just his eyes a clock at this point. And his hair turns white. Super Saiyan. And he freezes legit every non-living thing around him. Any rocks falling, anything like that, frozen. Special move time. Woohoo. And then he just went like, I don't know what to do from here. I have nobody to spar against. Actually, wait, Mirio. Yeah. Wait, reverse time. Go back. You know the fight with Mirio? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Woohoo, everybody versus Mirio. And let's just say that they did this at the beginning, and they're gonna do it again at the end. And when they do it again at the end of the special moves, Izuku decides, and they're supposed to use their special moves against Mirio, of course. And Izuku, when he does this, it's just like freezing Mirio now. It does freeze like all the objects, but he also just freezes Mirio. He just focuses Mirio, and Mirio, he can't move. The best he's moving is he's literally just going, I can't move. And Izuku, he doesn't find the need to stop Mirio from talking, and Mirio just says, I can't move. And of course, as I said before, Izuku, he has his weird little clock thing and everything. And he just goes up to Mirio and like chops him at the back of the neck, and he falls out like they do in every anime. And then he just goes back to normal. Eyes go green, hair goes green, back to normal Izuku. And woohoo. Now time for the license exams. Oh wow, ain't this gonna be easy? Well, they said he could use a special move in this. Izuku just freezes everything. Woohoo, here we go again. Also, I think I'm getting the order right. If I'm not, then I don't know, comment on it. And Izuku, he just, I can't say words. Walks up to, he freezes things, so nobody can really throw the balls they're holding anymore. It's more or less just like, woohoo. You can't control how things move. And don't ask how this works. It's just how it works. Actually, no, Izuku doesn't decide to do that. Instead, what he does is he freezes time, goes up to one of his enemies, and hits. Oh, and he just goes around and touches you guys. Woo doo 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 doo. And he only slowed time to like 98%, so everybody was moving at a 2% radius. Woohoo! And he was moving at a normal, so 0% frozen for him. And he just touched every single living person's thing. And then he was the first to, succeed. And then what happened was license exams. When they had to do that entire saving thing, Izuku would just take the people, put them in the safe zone, give them to the people that were working on, bandage and everything. And he'd do this for, like, all of them. So they didn't have time to comment on how he was. So, yeah, Izuku, he would bring them over to a health station in which they would check on them, and he would just say, please stay here. Somebody will soon be open to help you out, but we have other injured people that require assistance. I'm so sorry. And then he goes back. And they think that he's doing good. He's saving people. All good. So, yeah, he passes that. Then Bakugo, he fights Deku because Deku saved him this time. He fights Deku for saving him. Feeling that, because he has his egotisticalness, and Izuku, he still has to fight Bakugo. Because Bakugo, here's his thinking for this. He saved me. The quirkless, nobody saved me. So then they go over to, wherever the place is called, the training ground, and they supposedly fight. But Izuku, he doesn't want to get in trouble. So here's what he says. I'm sorry, Kachin. And Bakugo's just like, what? Before Izuku just chops him in the back of the neck, knocks him out, brings him to Bakugo's dorm, goes into the dorm, puts Bakugo in his bed all nice and comfy, then goes back to his own dorm. And yeah, that's all. For that little fight, they don't get, suspended or anything. Now we're gonna do the entire, whatever. And in this one, let's just say that Mirio gets one for all. Or that, I don't know. Let's just say that All Might. Oh. Sorry. Let's just say that All Might when Izuku, he, says these things, he's debating giving his quirk to Izuku or Mirio. And All Might, he decides, woohoo, let's go ahead and tell them. And in this one, the guy that can see the future, I don't remember his name. And All Might are on good terms. So Mirio, Sir Night-Eye, aka the guy that can see the future, Mirio, Sir Night-Eye, and Izuku, they all meet up due to All Might's request. And All Might, he says this to Night-Eye. You brought me a very good candidate for Mirio here. He would be pretty good for me to give my quirk to. But then we have, I've come up with another person that could also be a pretty good candidate with their power. And Night-Eye just buds in and says, power? I thought it's like quirk. Why are you saying power, not quirk? And Izuku then just buds in and says, I don't have a quirk, but I have a power. Because according to the doctors, I'm quirkless, but according to what I can do, I'm not. And that's just confusion right there. And then Izuku just says, don't ask any questions. Continue, All Might. And Izuku saw this coming. He knows exactly what's going to happen next. And All Might just says, I think that he also has great potential to do something good with my power. Seeing as he's known about it before I even told him about it. And people over here are like, how did he know? He's just, whatever. And Sir Night-Eye just says, wait, he knew before you told him about it? And Izuku said, I can see the future in my dreams. And Night-Eye, him over here, is just like, quirk stealer. He doesn't actually say that. He's just like, whatever. And then Night-Eye just says, okay. And they're still on good terms. Night-Eye and Sir and All Might, they're on good terms. Yes. And let's just say they never got into that fight a couple of years. Well, they did, but they made up. Okay? They're on good terms. And here's what All Might says. So, Night-Eye, I would appreciate it if you could, if you could take young Izuku, he doesn't say Izuku, he says young Midoriya here, and take him in for the work study, and see how Mirio and young Midoriya compare. I'd like to see how they're doing. It's like they're competing for which one would get. See who has more potential. And Mirio and Midoriya, they're over there like, you didn't even ask us about this. They just have that look of, why didn't you ask us before you even said this, All Might? Why? And Sir Night-Eye, he's just like, I guess that's a fair way to figure out. After all, you should give away your quirk soon. Otherwise, could be problematic if he shows up. And yeah, that's what they say. Oh, I don't know if this video will be able to get out. Let's hope. Well, like I was Avery, and that's all for today. Goodbye.